point it out very deliberately that drama is one of the most important, most vital element and genre of literature. If you look at it very critically and get it from anthropological perspective, we can find that drama is the very ancient form of literature. So while understanding the whole ancient form of literature up to modern and even you can say postmodern phase, we are going to deal with once again with 5 units. When we are dealing with the 5 units, let me put it on the record that drama needs to understand with various aspects because it is not only a form of literature, but it has also carried a very important and very needful element of performance in itself. If it is not performed, then it is not to be called as a drama from the point of view of understanding. And that's why the curriculum which or the syllabus which we are going to deal with, this syllabus consists of once again the 5 units as we have seen it in our earlier semester, the paper of research methodology which we discussed, that drama is also having 5 units, of which 3 units we are going to deal with, 3 units we are going to discuss about the 3 different texts, 4 different texts we are going, let me tell it in that way. We are going to talk about the development of drama right from Greek period up to modern period, or you can say up to 2000. How drama developed, what is the history of drama, development of drama. As I said, the drama is the ancient form of literature, and if we want to understand it, we need to understand the history of drama very categorically. And that's why we are going to deal with drama from various perspectives. We are going to talk about various phases of drama. Naturally, there may be a query or doubt in our mind when we move ahead, that what exactly are we going to discuss, what exactly are we going to form or find out, and what makes us, why we are focusing on all these aspects. First of all, let me bring in front of you, my friends, what it means by drama. What is drama? We have to understand first. Then the second point we are going to discuss in our first unit, where the title of the first unit, hope that you are with the syllabus with you. And if you are looking at the syllabus, you will find out that we are going to have the first unit of understanding drama, where we are talking about all the elements of drama, where we are trying to find out the exact what it means by drama. Because if tomorrow you face any sort of interaction with the people, understanding of what it means by drama exactly. And that's why we are going to talk about what is drama in the first unit. That is, the title of our first unit is Understanding Drama, where we are going to talk about what is drama, drama and ritual, drama, the illusion of reality, seeing a play on the stage. Then we'll talk about reading, theatre and their effect, because as I said to you, that drama needs to be performed. And if drama is performed, then and there it is going to be complete, it is going to be accepted as complete in itself. So we are going to talk about theatre and its effect. We are going to talk about how to read a play, because we are the students of literature, not the students of performing arts. So it is most important for us to understand that we are not performing drama, but we should understand how it is being performed. What are the different spaces there where it is performed? So we are going to talk about theatre and its effect, and then we are going to talk about how to read a drama, reading a play. Then we will move ahead, because the first unit is little bit, you can say, bigger or large unit as compared to the rest of the 4 units. The second or the next part of is that we'll talk about the great ages of drama, that is right from Greek drama. We are going to talk about how drama moved up ahead of its time. Now, as I said you, there may be a question in the minds of most of the students as time goes on. And they'll surely have a query in their doubt that, sir, if we are talking about drama from ancient period and considering Greek drama first, then why not to understand, why not to know about Indian drama, why not to know about Egyptian drama, why not to know about Japanese and Chinese drama, which are part and parcel of ancient tradition or right from the human civilization. You will find out all these civilizations are supposed to be the oldest ancient civilizations of human life. But let me put it you in front of you, my friends, that we are not going to have understanding of all these dramas, because the time never allows us to talk about, and as we are the students of English literature, the dramas in these part, whether it is Indian, whether it is Egyptian or Mesopotamian, whether it is Chinese, all these ancient dramas were in their own languages, which are translated into English. So that is a typical another, you can say, form of translated dramas into English, which we have an another option if we try to begin with, because translations of drama is having a different understanding, a different way to understand it. So we are not going to deal with the translations of drama, because all these different countries, different civilizations which I talked, whether it is Indian civilization, whether it is Mesopotamian civilization, Mesopotamian means Egyptian nowadays, or Chinese civilization, We are not going to discuss all those things because we are going to focus especially on Western drama, nor we are entering into the American drama also. We are not talking about American drama also. Otherwise, it would be difficult to have, if we cover all the civilizations and all the dramas that are available in world literature, it would be difficult for us to complete it within the stipulated time of this semester. So we have restricted ourselves to the Western drama, especially understanding the Western development of drama, where we find that the drama has its own development in Western world. And if we understand this Western world very carefully, then and then we can able to understand what the concept of drama means by in English literature, because we are, let me insist or put a stress on the word called English, that we are students of English literature, and that's why we have to focus on drama in English, and that's why we are focusing on drama from Western perspective. Now again, some curious student may have doubt. Some curious student may raise question. Sir, if you are talking about English as the criteria for our understanding of drama, then what about Greek drama? What about the Roman drama? All these drama. What about the French drama? Because if you're talking about Western drama, development of drama in the West, then we have to understand all these dramas again in translation. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. That if we are talking about that drama which is part of Western civilization, or if we are understanding drama of West, then it would be very much difficult for us to point out the Greek drama, point out the Roman drama, point out the different dramas, Italian drama and then French drama. But let me put it on the record for my curious students that English drama has lots of influences of all these dramas that I talked with you, whether it is Greek, whether it is Italian, whether it is Roman, whether it is French. English drama is having a sort of influence over it of all these dramas. That's why we are focusing on it. But when we study drama, we are focusing on drama that is absolutely written in English. We are not studying any Greek drama. We are not studying in any French drama. We are not studying any Italian drama or Roman drama. We are directly studying English dramas written by the English dramatists. And that's why when we talk about the great ages of drama, we are focusing on the Western development of drama beginning from Greek drama. If you understand it from anthropological point of view, friends, there were three great civilizations that molded the whole understanding of human life. And as I said to you that drama is one of the most ancient form of literature, ancient genre of literature. You may have naturally a doubt in your mind that, sir, if this is an ancient form of literature, which is the another ancient form of literature then? The another form of ancient literature is poetry. You can say epic or ballad. These are the ancient forms of literature. And if you find it out that Aristotle, when he talks in his poetry, when he discusses in his poetry, he discusses only two forms of drama, or two forms of performance in his very famous book, Poetics. He talks about epic and he talks about tragedy. That means drama. So these two are supposed to be the ancient form of literature. And that's why in our curriculum, in our syllabus of this second semester, when we are studying the major, the genre of literature, drama, because in last semester you studied poetry. Now this is the core paper of drama for your study. We are talking about this drama from various perceptions. And that's why I said we are going to talk the development of drama and how this development of drama through ages. When we discuss about drama through ages, we find out that how this drama is in Greek period. Why I am talking about Greek period, why I am discussing about this ancient Greek period, you may have again a doubt in your mind, pointing out that why we are talking about Greek period. Why not to begin directly with something that happened in England? So let me put it in front of you, a very broad canvas of understanding of drama. Because some forms of drama that we need to discuss, that is tragedy, comedy, tragicomedy, one act play, all these different forms of drama somehow had its own beginning. And it is my humble attempt to make my students aware of how drama begins, from where this drama begins, how this, before entering into any text of drama to discuss with you, my attempt is to make the students aware of the most important, most vital fact. And this fact is how drama is related with, how drama is part of its performance first, and then it is part of its reading. And that's why we need to understand the Greek drama, because Greek drama is one of the most vibrating, one of the most, you can say, changing the whole understanding of drama in literature. And that's why we need to understand Greek drama. Then we should move ahead. After Greek drama, we should look at Roman drama. Then we will talk about medieval drama. Then we will talk about Renaissance drama. Then we will talk about the late 17th century drama. Now in Renaissance drama, you will find out Elizabethan drama, where you will find out the most famous playwright called, or dramatist called, Shakespeare. Because it is a very common question if you appear for any interview, that the interviewer will ask, have you studied Shakespeare? Because you are the student of English literature. So Shakespeare is one of the most important dramatists of your literature. So what do you know about Shakespeare? And for that we need to understand how different influences affect Shakespeare's understanding of drama, how Shakespeare changed the whole understanding of drama, and why Shakespeare is supposed to be one of the great dramatists of the world. What are the things that made Shakespeare to be the most important dramatist of the world? We need to understand all these things. And that's why we are going to talk drama through different ages. A Renaissance drama, then we'll move for late 17th and 18th century drama, and then we'll talk about drama from 19th century through the turn of 20th century, because 20th century had changed the whole understanding of drama. Then we'll talk about drama in early and mid 20th century, and then we are going to talk about the contemporary drama of our phase, our period, 21st century, so that we are going to understand drama from Greek up to this contemporary period. That means it is a complete big, huge canvas of 5,000 years. We are going to cover it within this first unit. While looking through all those things, we will talk about the different genres of drama. After talking about these different ages, we are going to talk about different genres of drama. What is meant by tragedy, what is meant by comedy, what is meant by tragicomedy. And after discussing all these different forms of drama, we are going to talk about the elements of drama. In elements of drama, we are going to talk about plot, characterization, then we are going to talk about settings, we are going to talk about dialogue, we are going to talk about movement, we are going to talk about music, then we are going to talk about theme. And with this all discussions, we are going to understand what it means by drama. Because when we call it as understanding drama, we need to understand how this drama is having all the different facets which made the whole world to recognize that drama is one of the most important genre of literature. So we are going to discuss all those things, and this is what our first unit is. As you know it, my friends, this paper, drama, which is one of the core papers of your semester, is of 4 credits. And for these 4 credits, we need to have 5 units. And 1 credit is meant by 15 lecture. That means you need to have a whole syllabus made up of 60 lectures. And in these 60 lectures, we are going to discuss about your discussion part, your examination part, your test part, your tutorial part, your presentation part. We are going to talk all those things in these 60 lectures. So in the first unit, I'm going to deal with all these things in detail with you. This may take 18 to 20 lectures for you. Now, as we have seen in the last semester, you are also familiar with the way I used to discuss with most of my students, with how I discuss with my students. You are familiar with my style of discussion. That I need my students to prepare one of the dramas that is for your presentation, and one of the dramas for your own self-reading, self-understanding. Because as a postgraduate students, we are expecting that you should have your own understanding of drama also. Because if you have your own understanding of drama suitable, then and then it is possible for you tomorrow, if you go anywhere to talk on drama, it would be easy for you to discuss because you have self-studied one of the dramas for your syllabus. So after this first unit, we have 4 dramas. Each drama is a sort of representative drama for that particular form. That is, we are going to deal with tragedy at first. And naturally, when you talk about tragedy, commonly, usually, people used to talk about Shakespearean tragedy, and people used to discuss about Shakespearean tragedy. You will get ample of material on Shakespearean tragedy. You will get ample of things on Shakespearean tragedy, which is easily accessible, which is easily available for our students of literature. But my intention is that I want you to know beyond Shakespeare also. Because students need not to restrict themselves to Shakespeare only if you talk about English literature. There are various writers, there are various dramatists who are beyond Shakespeare, who are beyond, or who can write as good as Shakespeare. So we should know about other dramatists also. That's why while understanding tragedy, we are studying the text written by Christopher Marlowe, one of the most important playwrights of Elizabethan period. And if you talk about Christopher Marlowe, we used to talk about his only famous play, which is known to everyone, that is called as Dr. Faustus. Again, my humble attempt is, it is not compulsory, it is not restricted. But it is my humble attempt, my friends, that I have simply tried to make my students to know something which is not that much famous, because the things which are very much popular, the things which are always in discussions, the things on which people used to talk time and again, you can get ample of source material available for you at various platforms. Either it is on internet, either it is in the form of books, either it is in the articles that you can get it from various sources. But I want my students to get aware of those plays which are not more in discussion, because at least you should understand this. Everybody will talk on Shakespeare's tragedy, but now if you are going to talk on Marlowe's tragedies, then naturally you are going to make a different impression on the people. It doesn't mean that you should not read Shakespeare. You have to read Shakespeare, without which you are not going to understand the idea of tragedy. But as I said, the time doesn't permit us to cover all the sorts of drama that are available in English literature, because it is only for 2 or 3 months that we are going to complete all those things. Otherwise, if it is a yearly pattern, we would have so many dramas for our studies, so that you can able to understand what exactly different dramas means by. So because of this restricted time, because of this restricted semester, we are not focusing on the rest of the dramatists. So we are going to discuss with Christopher Marlowe's. Again, I'm not talking about Christopher Marlowe's very famous tragedy. I'm going to talk about Christopher Marlowe's the very important tragedy written by him, that is Tamburlaine the Great Part 1. Tamburlaine is written in two parts, Tamburlaine the Great Part 1, Tamburlaine the Great Part 2. Again, if you read about Tamburlaine, naturally there is going to be another question in your mind, and that question may be uh, troublesome for you sometimes, because you may have a question in your mind and you will ask a question, sir, the tragedy gets completed after the second part of Tamburlaine. If you are reading the first part of Tamburlaine, then how we are going to find it out, how we are going to discuss it, that it is the tragedy that Christopher Marlowe is talking about. Now, if this doubt comes in your mind, you are absolutely correct. You are absolutely right, my friends. But within the first part of Tamburlaine, also we can find out the tragic elements that which we are going to discuss when we talk about tragedy, when we talk about the form of tragedy. During the form of tragedy, we will find out which play should be called as tragedy, what it means by tragedy, what it means by comedy, what it means by tragicomedy. We will talk about all those things. So we will find out what sort of characteristics we discuss about tragedy. Are we going to find out the same kinds of characteristics in Tamburlaine the Great Part 1 or not? We are going to find out that kind of tragedy. We are going to point out this kind of elements and characteristics of tragedy part of Tamburlaine the Great, so that when you simply go out of your postgraduate classes, if somebody asks you what it means, how will you define, how will you find out tragedy, you at least know the characteristics of tragedy, and in that framework of these characteristics, you can put any play and find it out whether it is tragedy or not. Same thing we will do with comedy, same thing we will do with tragic comedy when we talk about the forms of drama in the first unit when we discuss. So Tamburlaine the Great Part 1 is the second unit of our syllabus. Then the third unit of our syllabus is understanding comedy. And naturally, most of the time people used to talk because these are the some common, I can say, understandings of English literature in the society, amongst the people in the society. What are the common understanding? That if you talk about comedy, people immediately move to restoration comedy. And people think that comedy in English is by restoration comedy. No, there is very beautiful comedy. There are various comedies written by Elizabethan dramatists also. So we are going to discuss Shakespeare's Midsummer's Night Dream, one of the very famous comedies that Shakespeare wrote. Because Shakespeare, why he is a great dramatist, we will talk when we talk about tragedy, when we talk about the form of drama. At that time, we will talk about Shakespeare's greatness, that why Shakespeare is great, not because every student while writing the answer in question papers, when you go for an examinations, when they write answers after getting a question paper, you will find out people used to always write down that Shakespeare is the great dramatist. Why he is a great dramatist, nobody explains it. Nobody elaborates it. And this is going to be a very funny part of our writings, that we always used to write on Shakespeare is a great dramatist. Why he is a great dramatist? What makes you to find it out that Shakespeare is a great dramatist? We need to understand this important fact. And that's why we are going to deal with, instead of Shakespearean tragedy, which is very famous, we will talk about Shakespeare's comedy. During the time of understanding a form of drama, that is tragedy, which is one of the forms of drama, at that time I may point out certain important characteristics of Shakespearean tragedy so that you can able to find it out. And if you generate a sort of interest in understanding of drama, understanding of tragedy, understanding of comedy, understanding of tragicomedy, or understanding of overall drama as one of the most important genres of literature, because we are, as I said to you, our time, we have a very restricted time, and that's why we are unable to find out any sorts of answers or any sort of discussions on different dramas. So we have very restricted forms, and I'm using those dramas as a representative forms of literature. So we are going to talk in understanding comedy, the third unit of our syllabus, that is Shakespearean comedy, Midsummer's Night Dream. Then we are going to talk about understanding tragicomedy. This is the third form of drama. Why we are talking about tragicomedy? It is somehow a different kind of drama which was developed during Elizabethan period, which was developed during, I may say, Greek period, but not that much discussed. Not that much part of deliberations with the scholars across the world. But after the Second World War, tragicomedy became one of the most vibrating and vital and protean form of drama. So we are going to discuss about the very famous tragicomedy written by Samuel Beckett, which is also called as absurd drama, because when we talk about different drama through ages, at that time we are going to talk about drama in mid and end of 20th century. So in mid 20th century, we'll find Samuel Beckett coming with his drama called Waiting for Godot. And Waiting for Godot is one of the most discussed drama across the world, across the phases. And Waiting for Godot has its own different kinds of understanding and assumptions. So we are going to talk about Waiting for Godot in our fourth unit. And our fifth unit is one act play, which is not any form of drama, but which is a different type of drama. Because one act play, because when we talk about drama in detail, when we are going to discuss drama in detail, at that time we are going to point out its different forms. Because if you look, because when we talk about theatre and its effect on drama, at that time we will talk about the drama, how it shifts into different acts. Why these acts are important? Whether a playwright writes a play deciding the acts, that in how many acts he is going to complete his story, and how drama is different from other forms of literature that are very popular amongst the readers, especially novel, short story, essay, and how this is different from all these things. So we are going to talk about drama and its own difference with the different forms of genres. We are going to talk about all those things when we talk about theatre and its effects. And that's why we are going to talk about one of the very interesting one act play written by, I'm forgetting the name, it is a Florentine tragedy, a play, one act play called Florentine Tragedy. And we are going to discuss Florentine Tragedy also as a one act play. Now friends, as usual, when we are going to talk about all these different things, as usual, when we are talking about different parts and elements of drama, let me bring to notice of most of my students today. Out of 21 enrolled, 8 students are present only. So I hope that you may call your friends and inform them that the lecture of this paper, drama, 5th paper I think, has been started over. And I, once again, as we did it in our last semester, I want your response, I want your reply. That I usually used to do 2 things in the classroom of drama, if it is offline. But it is not possible right now in this online lecture to do all those things. But I may ask you that the students need to prepare or have a self-study of one of the dramas. So I usually never give any chance to the student to decide on their own, although I am very democratic in the way to allow my students to do the things on their own. But as far as this paper of drama is concerned, I'm sorry, I'm not allowing any student, because I know you are not familiar with the drama itself, and that's why it will be difficult for you to point out that which drama you need to have for self-study. So I used to ask my students to study, to make a presentation on Shakespeare's Midsummer's Night Dream. So please remember this, my friends, that Shakespeare's Midsummer's Night Dream, a drama written by William Shakespeare, one of the most important comedies that Shakespeare wrote, Midsummer's Night Dream. You can make a presentation and I'll give you a date and you have to submit that presentation on that particular date. So you need to study Midsummer's Night Dream for your presentation, and we will have a discussion this time, my friends. Online discussion. I want my students to speak. Let me listen your good voices. Because this online lecture never makes you or never makes me to see you. As classroom means there should be an interaction. There should be a dialogue between student and teacher. So this online mode of lectures never allow any teacher to have a dialogue with the students. So I think that we should have a discussion on the one-act play called the Florentine Tragedy. Please understand, the two things as a student of drama you have to do. Number one, you have to make a PowerPoint presentation, PPT, of Midsummer's Night Dream. And let me tell you one thing, my friends. PowerPoint presentation doesn't mean that you should write directly all the note on the computer screen and read it out. No. Simply write down the headings of that and express it, explain it. If possible, use different photographs. If possible, use any animation. If possible, use any sort of different pictures to make the audience to understand what exactly it means by. So you have to give a PowerPoint presentation on Midsummer's Night Dream by William Shakespeare. Please understand this. We are going to have a PowerPoint presentation on Midsummer's Night Dream of Shakespeare as a part of our internal assessment, and we have a discussion on a Florentine tragedy. Now, before the discussion of Florentine tragedy, if possible for you, you can take a support. If possible for me also to show you the play on the screen, if it is available, it is with me. But unfortunately, if this platform allows me to show you the play performed, you can watch the performance of the play and you can read the text. If the text is easily available on internet. If it is not available, I will make you available. I will give you PDF format of that text so that you can able to read all those texts and study for your paper. That's why I want to point out, I want to tell you that we are going to have a discussion on Florentine tragedy, one act play. Okay, I'll show you the performance. Even you can watch the performance of Midsummer's Night Dream. Go on YouTube and put Midsummer's Night Dream. You will find out various performances available for you. You can watch that performance. Even you can watch the performance of Waiting for Godot. If government permits and if we have a chance to offline class, then I'll show you the performance on screen. If not, I'll show you the performance on this screen if it is possible to show you. I'll show you Waiting for Godot also. I can show you the Florentine tragedy also. I can show you Midsummer's Night Dream also as a performance. So you can watch it, you can read it, and you can write it down. What are the different points that we have in these plays? So this whole curriculum that I discussed with you in this very first lecture with my plan to have a PowerPoint presentation and a discussion on these two plays, Midsummer's Night Dream, and A Florentine Tragedy. We have to go through all these process, and we have lecture up to Thursday, because you can able to search the things on Friday and Saturday according to the timetable that you are busy up to 4:30. So I know that it is difficult for you to get out the material, because sitting in front of a camera and attending online lectures for such a long time is tedious job. So on Friday and Saturday and Sunday, you can search the things which we discussed. Let me tell you once again, my friends, as you have doubts in the last semester also, that sir, which text I should follow, which book I should follow, is there any specific book, is there any specific text? So I may tell you one thing, my friends, there are no specific text available. There are no specific, because I'm going to deal with you from different books. And how it is possible for you to get all those books available? So you can have my lectures, which as you know, it is once again recorded and put it on YouTube. You can go and you can watch it out. Even Teachment gives you to watch the lectures once again. So you can watch that lectures once again. So my humble attempt is that you can get it, all the information available on internet, with ample of pages available for you. Thousands and thousands of pages are available on internet on all these topics that we are going to talk about. Even I'll show you the books that I'm going to deal with. This is one of the books that I'm going to discuss with it. I'm showing you this particular book, that which book I'm going to discuss with you, so that you can able to find it out that what I'm talking about. So look at, this is the book I'm going to talk about. Can you able to see this book? This is the book that I'm going to discuss with. Studying Plays, third edition, by Mac Williams. Then another book I'm going to discuss is Anatomy of Drama by Martin Esslin. And the third book which I'm going to discuss is the Bedford Introduction to Drama. These are the books that I'm going to discuss with. These are the books that I'm going to talk with. And that's why, my friends, these are the books which are available there, but very much difficult to get it. So if you attend my lectures, if you attend the period, my lectures regularly, or you can watch it on YouTube, or you can watch it on the recordings of the lectures, that makes you to understand this paper very carefully. And if you have any doubts and queries regarding to the paper, regarding to the understanding of any kind of drama, when I'm talking about understanding drama at the first, then if there is any doubt, any query, you can ask me at any time, you can ask me at any moment, so that we can able to discuss all those things. Is there any doubt? Is there any questions from your side? Please ask. Yeah, Nikita asked me, sir, is the library open? It is not yet. It is not yet informed by the authorities whether the library is open. Although the library is open, it is for the reading room get opened, that students can able to sit and read, but the circulation, I am doubtful. That circulation has not been started yet. And that's why it is better to use the internet library. Lots of internet libraries are also available. So rather than depending on the university library, you can access, or even you go one day if it is open, if you can go on Friday. That's why we don't have lectures on Friday. If you go to the library on Friday and ask them about accessed online access, if you can access online the library, you can ask them, you can access online also. That is the you can say facility available for our students also. So you can access online the university library also. Is there any another doubt, my friends? Have you understood the whole idea of the syllabus? Have you understood the whole idea of syllabus?
Sir.
Yeah, please respond, except Nikita again. Nobody is responding. Are you there or are you sleeping?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you understood all what I talked about, what I discussed?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir, we understood.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, beta. Good, very good, very good, very good. So I'm expecting that you may tell your friends tomorrow to either enroll with our classes because we have started with the classes. Tomorrow onwards, I am going to begin with what is meant by drama. And then we are going to talk about different aspects of drama so that it will be easy for you to understand all those things. Okay, friends?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So tomorrow we'll meet at 11:30 because today is the first day of lecture and the teachment has changed its whole overall format. So I'm unable to get it through my laptop. So I'm through my phone, I'm dealing with you. So tomorrow by sharp 11:30, we are going to begin with what is meant by drama. Okay, friends? Thank you very much and have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.